Hey everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. We're back, round two, same day. Little bit of a difference in time. So I'm using the Natasha Denona mini Ice Sculpt Cool Tone palette, and I stuck with just the palette, but I'm gonna be honest, I need more. We all know I don't do matte looks. So I didn't apply the mascara. This is basically, I did use almost every shade out of the palette to create this look, and I do think it's pretty, like, especially as like the start of a look. But I like something on my lid, something shiny. I have to have shiny, have to. I can't. I've tried it before and I just can't. I just love something shiny, so I think I will be adding something. I don't know what. For inner corner though, I already did. I used the highlighter that I used in the first video, the Milani one for the inner corner. Works perfect. That brings it all together, I feel like. But I do feel like we're going to have to do something with the lid. The other thing I did was I applied a lip liner to this look. That wasn't in the other video. It was, it's the Natasha Denona lip liner in Gallia, I think. I don't know which one it is now. I just had it, and then of course I lost it, right? Yeah, Gaia, Gaia, and then I put the Jelly Job, NYX Jelly Job, in Jelly Blushin' with it. I don't know. I think that the applicator, it's like a plastic applicator. I think it's weird. I guess it would be like very easy to clean and you wouldn't have to worry about mixing product because of the way it is. But as far as formula, it's shiny. There is pigment to it, so it's not just like a clear gloss. It's not really like has those things, you know what I'm talking about, like when you like it doesn't have that, the strings. I don't know. They're okay for the price point, but it's not nothing I think you have to run out for. Now, granted, this is just I don't think it's not one that has the sparkles in it. Like there's different formulas of this. It's okay. I mean, it wears okay for a gloss to be, that's what I think this is just a gloss. Full something shine gloss. I can't even read that word. I hate when writing is so small. And the older I get, the more I can't even read this stuff. But for the waterline and the upper waterline, I use the Natasha Denona um, macro tech eye crayon in taupe. I think this launched with the other one though. The warm or the neutral palette. This one here, just the mini eye sculpt. I think it launched with this. However, I think that this actually goes better with this one. Just my opinion. I could be, just me talking. I do like the color of that. It's like sometimes black is too dark and it makes your eyes look little, and then brown, it depending on the shade, it could go either way also. Like it could be too much, but the taupe doesn't seem to be too much. You know what I mean? If you don't want a cream or a white to like brighten it, you just want a neutral, color. I think the taupe is really pretty and it's long lasting. Like no problems with it. It doesn't migrate to the inner corner, like none of that. It's beautiful. But let's get started with this palette here. Oh, and then I gotta finish my laundry. I gotta go. Well, actually, I gotta start laundry. Should have started it before this, but here we are. It's my day off. On my day off, pretty much is what I gotta do is laundry all the time. That's the one thing. Laundry and grocery store now. I'm stuck doing the groceries again. For now. I'll be glad when my fiance can start picking that back up, because I didn't realize how much of a help it was, but it is a big help, him being able to do the grocery shopping. That, and I just don't like to go, to be fair. Alright. I do think this is a really good... So, I do like both of these palettes. I think they're really good formula. Do I necessarily need them? No. Because I have such a large collection and I don't travel. And even if I did, I feel like I could take one of her other palettes with me. But if you're just starting or you don't want to spend that, price point on her shadows, I do think these are good value. And if you travel a lot, obviously, I do think they're good for that too. And I think that it makes, like, if you're more warm toned skin, the other palette would be better, where if you're more cool toned, this would be better. Or even mixing them, I think would work. And I do think that this creates a good base for your look, for sure. But again, me, and I don't know about you, I have to have something shiny. I just can't. I don't know. When I'm sitting down, like, I want very shiny, very pretty, very, like, I guess noticeable that I'm wearing makeup. Obviously, this looks like you're wearing makeup, but you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. Okay, we're going to go into this next shade. And I'm just going to start to darken it up. And I do like the color she chose. Like, it gives a nice gradient effect to your eyeshadow, so that's beautiful. Like, I see a point to these, but... And I do like the fact that, like, she has all different sizes and different price points depending on, like, what you're looking for. Like, 100% love that. But I don't think, like, every palette is meant to be for everyone. Like, technically, the two newer palettes, I don't think I need them. I really don't. I think these two palettes here and with my other shadows are more than enough. Will I get them, though? Yeah, I will. Like, I know me. I know how much I love the formula and the brand and how I want to, support the brand. So, like, I know I will eventually pick them up 100%. But I technically don't need to, if that makes sense. Alright, now we're going to go into this darker shade right here. And I will say that, like, if you're not talking a lot and you're just, like, rushing through, not rushing, but, doing your makeup regularly, it's pretty quick and easy, these palettes are. Like, you're not going to have much of a problem. It's all going to blend well. It's going to create a very effortless look. I am using my Refer brushes. But even if I was using my, Sephora brushes or Ulta Beauty or Real Technique or whatever I have usually, like, it's all going to apply the same. Her shadows are pretty good and will work with about any kind of makeup brush, really. It's just preference and what you like to do your makeup with. And I absolutely do love the gradient effect. The only shade I didn't use is that darker shade, the black. Well, it's not black. What's it called? In this palette, it's called Deep Cool. In the more warm tone one, it's called black. Okay. Then just go back over the previous colors again, just so we know they're blended decent. Again, my skill set, I have none. So we're winging it, you know? But to be fair, I also think that these shadows kind of do the work for you. So, I mean, you're kind of good to go. And I do think these little palettes here are really good for if you have a lot of super soft shadows from ColourPop, or the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadows, or even like indie brands. If you have like the, what is it, like duochrome or multichrome shadows, like this could definitely, you know, build the look for you, and then pop one of them on. All right, and then we're going to go into this lightest shade here, and I'm actually going to put it all over the lid. It just feels odd putting white on the lid. Or, yeah, it's white. Like, it is brightening, though. I will give it that. But I feel like I could do this like this, and it, again, it would be fine. It really would be. I could live with this look. But I so want, even if it's just like a topper on it, you know what I mean? We're going to take that darkest brown that I just used for the outer corner, and I'm going to line the top lash line and the bottom lash line. Using my favorite liner brush in the whole wide world, this Refer brush. It is amazing if you want to get really close to that lash line, or if you have like hooded eyes, because it creates such this tiniest line. And then we're going to do the same for the lower lash line. And of course, I use a magnifying mirror because, you know, can't see over here. But I think a magnifying mirror at any age, you know, is the way to go when you're doing such detailed work. Because you kind of want to, especially if you got the hooded eyes, like you want to be pretty accurate with it. All right. And then we're just going to blend out that a little bit. And then, like I said, for the inner corner, we're going to go into this Milani in the Dolce Perla shade. And I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. And I did think that I could even take this and kind of just pop it in the middle of this eye look and it would work just fine. But at the same time, I don't get to use my, like, the Urban Decay shadows very often. And I feel like this shade Cosmic would be really good as a topper and just sort of like sprinkle it. I thought about pulling from like Natasha Denona, one of her palettes, to do something, but it's like, why not just use this? And again, it's like a topper, so there's really no base to it. It's just going to add a little bit of like glitter to it, like little flecks. I will say I've had this shade for a long time and I feel like it's starting to dry out now. So it's kind of making me like want to use these shadows that I have before they completely dry out on me, you know? Because I don't have time to be buying a new one and like new shadows. Not single anyway. Not when because my collection's so big, it's like there's no point. Just use something else that I have, you know what I mean? But see, it just does a little something, you know what I mean? Is it like bam in your face? No. But it does enough for me, you know what I mean? And we're gonna curl the lashes. I'm using that Shiseido eyelash curler. I've been using it a lot lately, trying to get my feel for it because it's up at the cash wrap in the grab and go at Ulta, like when you go to check out and you're standing there and you're looking around. It's one of those ones that are up there, and I had to hit a certain amount the other day, and I don't know. I ended up adding it. Did I need it? No, I already have 2 eyelash curlers. I have the Refer and the what is this? Not Kevin Kwan. It's the other one. Syrah. And this one, at first, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, you know? It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I needed it by no means because, you know, I have the other 2. But the more I've been using it, the more I've realized that the 3 of them are just sitting there, and I tend to grab for this one. I don't know why exactly, but this is the one that, like, if I'm just sitting here and hurrying, like, I grab for it. Now, does it make that big of a difference to my lashes as far as the curl? Not really. I think all 3 curl just fine. It's just whichever one fits your eye better or whichever one you like better. I'm going to use the Valentino mascara. I went online at Sephora and I realized that you can't get this no more. At least not at Sephora. And I'm like, what in the world? I really did like this mascara. And mine is drying out now, so I was like, it is definitely time to reorder. Except I can't. So there's that. But I still have my Gucci and my Lash Clash, so I can't complain. But this does make my lashes look nice. And again, I don't wear false lashes, so I need all the help I can get. I don't think I'll put any mascara on the lower lashes, but I might. But like this does separate pretty well. Definitely gives volume. I don't think it gives too much length though. Like it never took the spot of my YSL, but it was like right there. Alrighty. And that's the final look that I came up with using that palette. Again, could I have skipped that one? Yes. But out of the ones to skip, those little ones I don't like to skip because A, they are more affordable. And B, I do think that there is a use for them. For what I just did, I can't even tell you how many like super shock shadows I have from ColourPop, and like those little palettes will come in handy for sure to create the base look for, you know, one of the super shock shadows. So I do like them for that purpose. Again, if I traveled, I do think they come in handy for that, but at the same time, like I'm the type that I would take my big ones. The only ones I wouldn't take is ones that like you can't get anymore, just because if something happened, if I lost it, if it broke, I couldn't replace it. So, you know, I wouldn't take those. But any of them that can be replaced, I would most certainly take. Like, and it's not that I have fear of it breaking, it'd be more that I'd lose it or something like that, because they hold up pretty well. And I pack, you know, pretty good when I do go anywhere, if I go anywhere. But to be fair, I work too much to go anywhere to worry about it, so there you go. Probably should be living life more, but here I am working. But look at that. Like, I think it turned out so pretty. And the addition to the Urban Decay shadow, like, just chef's kiss to this look. And I do think by putting the inner corner in, it then ties, you know what I mean? Like, it all just kind of ties together in a way. The lip may not tie together. I think I should have went for a little bit different of a look for the lip, but even at that, it kind of does. It kind of goes in with the blush. So, you know, give or take. There's my answer to it. But overall, I've really enjoyed, you know, her little palettes. I enjoy all of her palettes, to be fair, but I'm biased when it comes to that. Oh, I thought I got something on this shirt already. I was like, great. How the heck do I get something up here? I mean, I would, but it's not. It's part of the shirt. So, all right. I guess I'm better stop rambling. Go get started doing laundry. I don't want to. I don't want to at all. I will say the lip liner keeps that Jelly Pop at bay, but the more I talk, from what I've noticed so far, that depending on how much I put on, and I did just put a good bit on, not meaning to, but the more I talk and depending on how much of that jelly job I put in on my lips, it will start to like go to this outer corner. So be careful if you do get like a very pigmented one, because it very well could, you know, go there. But other than that, they're kind of comfortable. It kind of sinks in. Because like right now, it feels nice. It feels like there's something over my lips that is protecting them almost. So, but yeah. All right, I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. My goal is to upload more, even if I got to do somehow like 2 videos with 1 day off and just like split them, because I don't edit. It's just strictly beginning to end. That way you see firsthand how it is, and if I struggle, you could struggle, or maybe if I struggle, you won't struggle. So, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Stay safe out there. Bye.